Hello, hello. Hopefully not a robotic voice. So sad, so sad. Welcome to the last watercolor homework stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. Another still life. No cute young women this time. Just oranges. Okay, how do I tackle this? Yeah, just fruits. Most of the painting is black, and only the oranges have colors in it. I guess I can just show you, or I can change. So there's two homework, but I'm just gonna do one because I'm lazy. The fruits, and this black and white photo. Obviously, this one is way harder. This is a pure value study, and this one there's a bit of color practice. I do have trouble with colors, that's why I'm choosing this one, and it is simpler. I don't have time to finish the other one for class, sadly. Anime waifus will have to wait a bit. An anime husband though is coming in the future. Both of them look sad. The black and white, maybe that's why. Old man pondering, looking at through the window. What is the old man thinking? Wet the whole paper first. Wetting the whole paper helps have a uniform color spread, which I also am bad at. Too pale. Not the cleanest, but we'll go with it. Wish you could speed run time. To the time to meet die. As a living person with what I assume is a fairly normal life, what do you think about life? What do I think about life? So philosophical. Whoa, almost dripped coffee all over the painting. I think I was kind of in a similar position to you when I was in my early 20s. Maybe not as dramatic. I would say, in a more broader sense. Early 20s. Getting out of college, university and stuff, getting to and kind of the world of adult stuff. Struggling a lot in my early 20s through end of 20s. So that was a hard time for the 20s. Life was kind of hard at that point. It only towards the end of the 20s, early 30s, that's where life was a bit more joyful, understanding about myself and the world and the people around me. That's where my view on life changed a lot for the better, I would say. So, to the question of what do you think about life, let's forget about the deep philosophical stuff. Just in general, life was a lot better, is a lot better in my 30s. Not sure if I answered the question, but it is a answer, I would say. Fairly normal life is very subjective. I think every life, well, I wouldn't say I lived a normal life. That's for sure. I think my life is pretty unique. And yet, a lot of people share the same feeling I have especially in my 20s. Especially Asians. I think I have a kind of a stereotypical Asian upbringing. Okay, now I need even more dark background. I'm gonna leave the bowl and the oranges last. For sure, I am not in the normal category of people. That I can tell you. I used to be very pessimistic about life. I forced myself to change my view. I guess I hated that part about myself. There was a lot of things I hated about myself in my early 20s. And my focus of my 20s was like tackling those issues. By normal, I mean you were raised in a complete family. You have parents and siblings. You grew up. Yeah. Grew up, went to school, learned new things, and eventually started working. Okay. A bit more context help with the general question of earlier. Damn, English is getting good. Well, I never had issues with reading, well, except for a few times. I think you just type fast, but never had trouble reading your comments. Okay, you were raised in a complete family. Yeah. Parents and sibling, yeah. Grew up, went to school, learned new things, and eventually started working. I guess that is normal. I don't think that changes of what I think about life with growing up that way, though. There is an annoying noise in the background. My neighbor is doing some renovation, it seems. Sorry about that. Let me think a bit. Yeah, because I guess my questioning is, my thinking is, sure, complete family, but two people with, raised in a complete family with parents and siblings can have totally different point of view on life. In my case, for example, Asian American, super strict parents, super strict, super angry parents too. Complete family, I have siblings, but someone can also raise with normal parents and quote unquote, right? Let's say the stereotypical white family in the suburb. Very different outlook on life from that point of view. Okay. Enough paint for next layer. I guess it would help to give context about a summary of my life, I guess then. Let's see. Raised in a complete family. I have two siblings, two older sisters. And I do have both my parents. They moved here in Canada when they were younger. I was born and raised here in Montreal. Parent and sibling wise, two sisters. Very strict parent, as I said. Two older sisters, so that also affects on how I view life. Went to school, was like one of the very few Asians in school, so that affected things too. Sometimes one was bullied. I was in the nerd category of student, but not too much. I was kind of, I won't say, I hang out with the nerdy kids. They were bullied, but because I was hanging out with the nerds, I was kind of indirectly bullied, but I wasn't the main victim. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad. Few racism encounter too. That also affected on my view of life. Racism was also a big part of how I grew up. And then life went on. As you go to college and university, all those things kind of don't matter as much anymore. Everybody's just working so damn hard and working on their own little stuff, their own little world. I hated uni. It was so damn boring. Started working and moving out. That's the biggest change in my life, moving out of the parents' house for the better. That's for sure. I think that was the biggest factor in growth and learning, is moving out of my parents' house. right when I finished university, that's kind of almost the first thing I did after getting a job, is moving out of my parents' house. And that really improved my growth, my personal growth. Living with, I had roommates. As I lived with roommates, learned a whole bunch of new things, meeting a lot of people, and that's where things improved a lot. As I meet people, as I learn stuff, as I work on myself. That took 10 whole years, let's say. Early 20s to like early 30s, let's say. Let's say 30 just for simplicity. And then my outlook on life was a lot better from there. Understanding how I grew up, understanding my parents, my family, my flaws, understanding my flaws. That really helped me. Okay, so now I'm gonna might screw up on this though, but that's okay. And that's a summary of my life, I would say. A very short summary. And if you have more questions from there, just stick it that way. Time after listening to that, I think my life is shit. Shit in a good way. That's how I comfort myself. Let's break it down. Life is shit is a bit, well, life is just a broad word. In what sense is life is shit? Or at least more specific, what exactly is shit? Because life is so broad, right? Usually it's more like more specific. A bunch of things is shit. and a few things are shit, and then you think life is shit. That's how I think, at least. It could be anything. Friends, family, colleagues. Or even health issue and stuff like that, which is very rough. If my life were a story, it would be a tragic comedy for sure. At first, I faced racism as well, but my experience was pretty much opposite to yours. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think racism is very strong in Asia in general. Is that the case? That's what I heard. And that's, well, from my experience, that's how it feels like. Stronger than other countries, let's say. I was bullied at school so bad. Sorry to hear that. when I was little, the mixed children were not that popular in acceptable. Oh yeah, I think I remember you telling me. I think that's changed a bit nowadays. But at the time, yeah. Ouch. You grew up with that prejudice coming from your own family. People treated it differently depending on if your parents, your mom was around or not. If not, they were rude. I'm not surprised. That alone can have a huge impact. Not can, it does have a huge impact on mental health and emotional development. Teenage year. That's the year of bullying, this teenage years. So how do it look like egg? No! No! They're too round to be eggs. Damn. Is it the color? Bowl of eggs? Eh. Sorry, professor. I did not understand the assignment. I drew a bowl of egg instead. Now that you're an adult and times have changed, I'm sure things is less, let's say, the racism, let's say, is less. How do you say this? My English is not Englishing. Isn't as worst. Still there, but not as bad as, I'm gonna assume, teenage. Because now you're a full-grown adult and with social media and stuff. It's a question, I guess. Is it as bad, less bad? I need red. Do I have red? I do have. That's pinkish. As you know, I am a bitch now. Nah, you cool, man, you cool. Only cool people in this stream. Except for calling my oranges eggs. I'm angry at that. How dare you? Growing up in that environment, totally normal to be bitter about stuff, that's for sure. Is red the right color? I need my chart. Green. Orange blue. I need a phthalo turquoise. Now that I'm older, I could verbally fight back if I wanted to, and honestly, I think they're a little afraid of me these days. Good. From my experience, Asians are typically the type of people that won't confront you, but will just talk shit in your behind your back. Don't know if that's the case in Southeast Asia. Probably. Early moved out. Oh, nice. When I got to university and earned my own living and took care of myself financially. That's amazing. But it is tired sometime, man. Oh, yeah. Do you have roommates or do you live by yourself? If you want to answer, of course. I used to have roommates. Ah. Oh man, now I do see the eggs. The goat, the dog, the goat. 3 years. Okay, so he started living alone at a pretty young age compared to most people, I believe. At least here. I don't know if it's different there in Vietnam. No, looks like peach. It's better. From egg to fruit. Oh man, what happened to my fruit? This one. I guess I can be bolder with my color. It's a bit too light. But that's fine. definitely much younger than people here. How's your circle of friends? Because I know you hang out from time to time with people. I don't know what that is. The yeah, autocorrect type of thing. I never turned that on. I've noticed it last stream too. I don't know if it's new. YouTube, maybe you have changed something. That's YouTube, right? Yeah, that's YouTube. I was like, what the hell is that thing? This Misa, yeah. Well, you're smart. And I'm sure, I hope, and I'm sure things will get better from here. What do you mean when you ask how is my circle of friends? Is it a strong? You have a good relationship with your friends? They're good people. I guess that's the other question. They want what's best for you and stuff. Typical friend stuff. Good. They don't know much about me. And I am not willing to share, just pretty hang out and have fun. I see. I see. Trying to think. How to make them look like oranges more. If I use the obvious thing would be, oh, use color orange, but watercolor is a bit different. Maybe that is the answer, but when it comes to glazing and stuff, something orange doesn't look orange. I'm trying to think. The orange look like egg yolk color, yeah. I guess I can try to make it more orangey. Though even this is not so... It is super orange, but the orange have a reddish tone to it. Maybe I can mix it. That might be better. It's blood red now. That's too... Did not expect such a... Okay, that's a good orange. Yeah, that's a nice orange. Okay, let's try this technique. Oh, it doesn't look good. Trust the process. Trust the process. There it is. It starts to look like orange. Yay. All right, let's do this for the rest. You like orange filler? Yeah, I like orange filler. I'm very not picky about food and stuff. The left one looks like an egg. Ew. You don't like orange? I'm very not picky about food. I kind of, there's very few things I don't like. Very, very few things. Especially with that French accent. You do not like orange? What is wrong with orange? Left orange. Sorry, left orange. Now I'm gonna remove a bit of not supernatural looking. Now I have to wait for it to dry. A bowl of eggs and oranges. A healthy breakfast. Oh, what the hell? Well, technical issue. We lost some light. Battery's dead. Why is it not charging though? What the hell? To be honest, I definitely mistook that cup of water, wash water, as my drink. I did that mistake once. Did not drink it, but it's a common thing, apparently. There's a whole meme about it. I saw someone with a mug with written on it, not drinking water or something like that. Not drinking mug. It was, I think it was funny. That being said, right now that cup of water looks gross. The color of it doesn't look very drinkable. What is that drink? This gross looking colored drink. May really miss alcohol. Are you trying to stop right now? Or drink less or something? I myself am trying to stop marijuana. Can't drink in work days. Ah, that's very nice. Hard, but it's a good thing. When I stopped working, my consumption like freaking skyrocketed. Well, it was pretty high at the end of at my last job, actually. I was quite an alcoholic back then. It's nice to know that you do not drink in the work day. My left orange looks so flat. Looks like an egg. I beat you to it. Oh, okay. This is darker too, and this is also darker, which makes sense. Didn't take that into account, but I can fix that. Mangosteen. I think you actually asked me that question before. I have rarely eaten mangosteen, so I would say I do not have an opinion. You should try to draw mangosteen, maybe, sure. Purplish color. Purple is a nice color. It does look cute. I do like the look of mangosteen. Tastes good. Food selection sucks here. Like the groceries. My fix is not fixing. Maybe. And let's see. Let's let it try. All right. I'm so lazy right now. I emerge with the mattress. One with the bed. Comfy bed. It is late, isn't it? And your orange still like, god damn it. I'll show you. It's not an egg. I'm so slow. I'm such a slow painter. Oops. Almost painted my pants. Because they're old now. That's not true. I am young and hip. Do they still use that word, hip? Oop, did not wait long enough. That's what happens when you don't wait. It bleeds into other oranges. Poor rich old man. I wish I was rich, man. Started to look around for jobs. See how the market is right now. Not good. Not good. Somehow most of the ID guys always have nice hands. Yeah, because they don't do labor. Hard labor. They have delicate hands. Have you seen the hands of our like rock climbers and people who do bouldering? I observe other people a lot. Many people around me are engineers. People watching. I do that too. IT guys all have nice hands. Mechanical always eager to learn. Interesting. I find IT people, well, programmers, not specifically, are always eager to learn. Then again, most engineers are nerds. Chemists always cautious. Like others might still from. Is that a thing? That's funny. I wonder if I would have liked food engineering. So people are around me. I don't know that much on engineers. Then again, I don't have a lot of... My circle of friends isn't super big. Well, circle of friends. Circle in general. Being a hermit. Oh, okay, wait, what time is it? 11:37. I shall end the stream. I shall continue this one. Not today for sure. But I don't want to complete it. Always must finish what I started. I'm gonna make something to eat. There's annoying noises happening next to me. I will be back Wednesday. It was nice seeing you, Mimi. Hope I'll catch you next stream. I hope you have a good week. Me shall make something to eat. Thanks a lot of hearing me. Thanks for sharing. It is always fun to talk with you. See you next time. Peace.